Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 23rd of November 2025. Delightful. That is right, my friends. I have returned to you once again with another fragrance rotation video, and this week's rotation is looking rather interesting. This is the first week in about a month I haven't finished off a bottle. So there are some stuff. There are a couple of things here which are rather low, but they are a couple of my favourite ever perfumes, so fear not. And it's not like I'm just wearing them to be rid. Which is kind of like a paradox. Well, it's not a paradox. It's kind of like a catch-22. It's like you wear your favourite things the most because they're your favourite things, and then they're the ones that get lower quicker, so you end up wearing them to get to the end of the bottle more, so you end up wearing them more, even more than you would have before. I am a poet. Anyway, let's start at the beginning, shall we? With some hydration. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. We, of course, have the Mr. Strong mug today. This mug is a lie, but not to worry. And on Monday, I wore something a little bit special, a little bit good, and this is Fahrenheit Absolute. Once called the Devil's Juice by Robes 08. That was a long time ago. Myrrh, frankincense, leather, violet leaf. Like ambery sort of vibe. Oud allegedly, not sure about that. What it is very good. It's like a sweet Fahrenheit. There's definitely that Fahrenheit violet leaf petrol-y thing going on there. Like a petrolic leather. That's never even close to being a word or even a phrase. It's a slightly spicy, incensey, peppery leather belt rather than jacket. It's more of a belt. It's quite thick. You know, a little bit resinous, smoky, ambery, sweet. This is when Demaché was in his pomp at Dior. He definitely made flankers better than, maybe better than any other perfumer I can remember. Some of the flankers he made at Dior, like Sauvage Parfum. Eau Sauvage Parfum, not Sauvage Parfum, never Sauvage. Eau Sauvage Parfum, 2012. And 2017, which is very good, by the way. Fahrenheit Absolute, really good. You know? Really, two of his best fragrances, actually. In their own right. They bore enough of a resemblance to the original that you could justify them being called flanker, but they were also different enough that you could justify owning both the original and the flanker, which is just the sweet spot and is actually a lot tougher to hit than you would first think, you know. So fair play. I think people are revising Demaché's role at Dior now that Kirkjohn's just came in and taken a massive shit on their chest. But not to worry. Okay. Something that is not a shit on a chest is this Ambre Sultan. We're getting close to the end of this bottle, friends. Not friend. This is my Ambre Sultan. I've had this bottle in continuous use for over 10 years. It's a long time. And I used to baby it. I need to do a comparison video between this version and the version that preceded it, the Palais Royal. Couldn't think of the words there. This is one of the best ambers ever. This week I tried Mitza, which was very kindly sent to me by Eugene. And it's similar. It's similar to Ambre Sultan, but I've got to say Ambre Sultan's just so much better. It's so much better. It's just... I don't know, it's just the quintessential reference amber, one of the very best, if not the best. And I've worn a few ambers this week. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 ambers this week, you know. Crazy, but this is the best still. And now that I've got a feast of backups, I feel like I can wear this more and more now. Which is the point of having backups. So even when this is over, you're going to expect to see more of it. One of my very favourite perfumes, right up there with Balenciaga Pour Homme, right up there. Speaking of my favourite perfumes, I just dropped it but caught it before it fell. This is M7 Oud Absolute version. This is the Oud Absolute version. I have the vintage. I don't have the one that doesn't say Oud Absolute on it. I've heard differing reports. I think this is actually a really good reformulation. It is slightly different from the older one, the original one, but it's not bad in any way whatsoever. Well, basically, look, I've worn this entire bottle. Like, you know what I mean? That is serious damage that I've done to this. Wonderful. Mandarin, patchouli, myrrh, oud, labdanum, another absolutely brilliant amber perfume. One of the very best. Designers used to be this good. Now they're absolute shit. I was sent an article. Well, it wasn't really an article. It was more a piece of research that's been done by a master's student at the Azure Coast University. And the student has been doing research on the effect of amber woods on the trigeminal nerve. The nerve that is like in your nose and in your face, basically. About how amber woods can cause people actual pain. And I would just like to say, ha! I fucking told you so. It's fucking awful. I hope they get banned. Toot sweet, forthwith, and henceforth. Begone, foul amber woods. None of them in this M7, though. None of them in this M7. That version, sometimes it shines and sometimes it kind of disappears, you know. It does that peekaboo thing. I'll tell you what perfume doesn't do peekaboo. The perfume I wore on Thursday, and that is Antaeus. Another designer masterpiece. One of the great perfumes of all time. One of the great designers of all time. A Chanel leather for men. Antaeus. Lucifer. Beelzebub. Sage. Jasmine. Rose. It's got that Chanel heart floral thing. You know? Very, very classy, but also very masculine as well. Very mossy, green leather. Leather belt, leather jacket, thick leather, dense, patchouli. Lots of patchouli in here. In the older versions, the castoreum is more. In the newer versions, the patchouli is more. I haven't smelled the latest one. Apparently, Demaché worked on this as well, you know? Him and Jacques Polge. Should do a Demaché family portrait. That's a lot of perfumes, though, because I've got a lot of Diors. It's a shame it went mad at the end, isn't it? Dior. Not to worry. Okay. Where are we now? We're on Friday, and on Friday I layered my perfumes. And I did the only acceptable layering, and that is Vanille Havane with the extrait and the Eau de Parfum. This is the original. I also tried the Cuir des Abyss this week, and the leather note is absolutely lovely and would be brilliant in a perfume by itself, which they could no doubt do a brilliant job of, but they decided to make another Vanille Havane flanker, which is a shame. Hopefully in future they will just make a leather off their own back, you know, and just do their own leather. I know they've got Cuir de Chine, but I don't like osmanthus, so it's more like a rubber to me, that. Vanille Havane, this is probably the best fragrance of the last 5 years, certainly of the 2020s. It's chocolate, vanilla, rum. It's for all intents and purposes, it's like a gourmand, you know. And the extrait just adds something. I don't know what, but it's almost like an X factor. It's wonderful. It's great. I don't wear it without putting the extrait on now. So that is good. That is good. Still available everywhere. You can get them in 100ml bottles now. It's the only one that they do in 100ml bottles apart from the colognes. Okay, so back to what day? What day? Saturday. On Saturday, yesterday, if you will, I wore Le de Desert Marocain, Andy Towers' opus, his breakout and still probably most popular perfume, best perfume. It's just amazing. Ambergris, salty, amber, labdanum, coriander, vetiver, amber, just good old-fashioned amber. It's dry. It's not sweet at all. It's dark. It's clean. It's fantastic. It really is absolutely lovely, you know. How much have I used of you? I'd say about a third. Starting to get noticeable dents in the bottle in like more and more bottles now because I've sold hundreds of perfumes off. So I'm not spreading them all as thin, which is nice, you know. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot. So performance on this is really good. The ambergris is a little bit, how would I put it? It's becoming sparkly. I've had this bottle for quite a while as well. It's becoming very sparkly, almost like polish. Almost astringent in parts, you know. Lovely perfume, reminds us of vintage Fragcom. And last but certainly not least is my scent of the day, another amber, and this is Ambre Fétiche by Annick Goutal. I really like this. I bought all three of the lines, so there's like Ambre Fétiche, Mur Ardent, and Encens Flamboyant. I'm not so big on Encens Flamboyant. It's the only one of the three that I'm not huge on. I've got a bottle of that. I'm not all that wedded to be honest. So that might go. But I love these. I love Mur Ardent and Ambre Fétiche so much. They put Russian leather in this, which just it's very subtle, but it just makes it perfect. There's a lot of benzoin in here. There's frankincense, labdanum, styrax, obviously vanilla. All the stuff you would expect from an amber fragrance or an ambre, you know. Performance is huge and it smells great. I get something a little bit biscuity from it as well. Odd. Very odd. That has been my fragrance rotation for this week, friends. Thanks very much.